Just a quick note on the environment. The reason I mentioned before we started that we were in the gallery is that the last time we were in the gallery, there was a little tension because we saw...
Oh yes, well, the last time I was in the gallery was for the rape of Rachel Taylor.
And then before that?
And then before that, it was Sandra Johnson's performance there in November. So I've been there a lot more than you have recently.
What was the one before that?
Gosh, you mean when I couldn't deal with somebody open-mouthed crunching popcorn during a very serious, tense film?
Let's just point out that it's not either of the crashes that our audience might be thinking of.
It's Clash.
Clash.
Clash, yes.
Yeah, I thought you said crash, but yeah.
I probably did, but I meant Clash. And it was set in Egypt, wasn't it?
Yes. A little bit of conflict last time.
I was actually going to be sick or strangle someone. It was that bad because it was right in my ear, it felt like. And it wasn't just munching a popcorn, it was open-mouthed and disgusting. I shamed the person by saying that's absolutely disgusting. I didn't mean to say that part, it just came out of me because it actually was turning me. It was making me have the dry bones. It was horrible.
The reason I mentioned it was because I thought, oh, it can't be that bad this time. And yet, this time, even though we had the place basically to ourselves until about 5 minutes before the film started, some people came in with seconds before the film was about to start, including a woman who sat right next to you.
I know.
Even though there was loads of
so many seats.
Right next to you.
And I had to move my flask.
But she didn't seem to like get out a burger or anything.
No, she was code compliant, we call it. But she did sit forward for quite a lot of the film with her hands over her face, like that.
I thought, is she okay at several points?
Yeah.
It was just that she was reacting to her film.
I think, well, she was reacting and then I thought, oh, is she crying? Oh, no. She was just sitting like that.
Breathing. And then in addition to that, just before she came in, a guy came and sat directly behind us as well.
Directly behind us.
So we were having a great little party.
And there was somebody with bags.
So many
with
bags.
fizzly things, and I thought, oh no, because I just listened to Kermode and Mayer's film review, and it's the episode from the Friday before we've recorded this on a Wednesday, and Mark's giving his review of the film, and then listeners have written in, and somebody has written in because the code of conduct in the cinema has been a hot topic because of A Quiet Place. We mentioned that a little bit a few weeks back when we recorded on that.
That film relies on the generally adhered to norm of don't talk in cinema.
Rule of thumb, if you would die from those creatures, do not do it. One of the emails was people had gone to see Leave No Trace and described people who'd come in 20 minutes into the film. Not only that, but had brought in big bags for life. And when I saw that man, he had one of those kinds of bags. I thought, oh please, no, please, I can't deal with this right now.
Did you inwardly go, no?
A bit. I was like, please. No. These people apparently brought out not only did they bring out a massive picnic of stuff, but there was, what flavour crisps do you want from this multi-pack? What flavour of pop do you want from these 2-litre bottles that we've brought with us in our plastic cups? And they were using their phone torches and stuff to find seats because it wasn't allocated or anything. And so the person was writing saying, I think what you've said about the film might be probably true, but this is what happened to me, and I have no idea what the hell went on in that film. Because I had a terrible experience trying to watch it. So I was just really hoping we didn't get any of that. And the weather's so nice at the minute, and we've gone during the day, we've gone in the afternoon when it was probably at its warmest today. So I think that was probably a good move, and that's a big sacrifice for me, because you know that I love the sun and the heat.
You are a lizard.
I am, yes.
I'm glad that no conflict arose from this situation. I was quite impressed that the very last person to come in came in with about 2 seconds to go before the film started. And we're not talking before the adverts.
BBFC certificate was on the
they
screen.
They came in as the ads were all over, the trailers were all over,
Yeah.
the BBFC certificate was up, and everyone was going,
settling in.
kind of decompressed.
Yeah.
In this guy comes, sits down, actually made a rustling noise, but the end.
And then I think of all the people, we were the only ones who were there with someone, everybody else was on their own. So I actually felt a bit out of place.
You brought a human.
I brought somebody, felt a bit wrong actually.
It's too on the grid.
It's not a coupley film. I brought my person. Oh no, I've done it wrong this time.
I don't think many films actually are coupley films, because even the coupley films are the kind of things that mean that you are engrossed in the narrative.
Leave me alone, I'm trying to watch this.
Yeah. So if I leaned over at any point in any film that we've watched, what was the one which was about the New Orleans Girls' Night or Girls' Weekend.
Oh right, girls' trip it was called.
Even during that,
Last
if
summer.
I'd leaned over and gone into some couples
Activities,
gentle whispering,
which are not allowed
which are not
according to
allowed
the
yet,
code.
you would have just given me some elbow, gently.
Gently.
I would have lost an eye. So,
But you know better than that.
you need a mic
That
to
was
drop.
quite a raucous film. Though it's interesting because when we've gone to see the Hindi films, and we need to do that again actually, and we've missed Race 3 now.
I'm
that looked quite good.
I'm surprised that you're keen on doing this because it does involve having to be so okay
But-
with people violating
Yes,
the
but
code.
it's a cultural thing
In your
because
face.
when we're in those situations, that is not our house. We are not the intended viewers for that. I don't know. I embraced the chaos because I knew that it wasn't a sit down, shut up film. Because I've listened to entertainment for long enough, and these are films that are not press screened in this country, so it always relies on people writing in with their more knowledgeable experience of seeing them, and they describe what people like, and it's a cultural thing. It's just a cultural thing where people bring in lots of food, lots of drinks, they'll take selfies with the movie playing, they'll dance, they'll shout, they'll talk, and some people are having a catch up, but some people are also, they'll make relations between that film and that, or the actors, and they'll all know who the actors are, and we don't because we're ignorant Westerners. But I embraced it when we went to see Tigers in Zhuhai, was it?
Yes, and let us embrace it again. I was worried that you wouldn't want to.
No, I loved
That
it.
was
I had a
fun.
great time, and I love that you've got this action movie that's actually drawing attention to the editing of action sequences because it's too explosive-y, it's too shouty, it's too gun-shooty, and I love it for that because it's exploring the possibilities of what cinema can do and the outlandishness of it, while also making a point in a film, but also you get a bit of Bollywood dance in there as well. You get a wee song and a dance at some point, and you might get a wee romantic one, or you might get a really fun, dancey one, you get a really empowering one.
We must look out the next time we see one for whether it maintains this kind of new version of song and dance that happens in Hindi films now, which is that no character in the story space actually sings within the story time of the film, but they'll do a number during the credits, and there'll also be
like
some
a
musical
movie.
numbers during the film, but the characters won't sing to them. But there will be singers who will be very closely attuned to their own state, their psychological state.
The one in Tiger High was the main song, and that rhythm was throughout the score of the film as well. That's the song that's released with the film, and then you've got the music video. So basically that stuff you're watching at the end, that's the music video for the song. I thought that was really cool. So I think we need to try and find somebody who's actually knowledgeable about this stuff if we were going to do recording on that. We just haven't got the authority, so we'll try and find someone at some point, because that would be amazing. But I loved it. I really embraced the chaos, and that I wasn't going in expecting, but in the Tyneside, I expect people to sit down, shut up, do not eat crunchy food, do not rustle bags, do not bring glass in and then knock it over.
Shoes. It's summer.
Must be kept on.
You go in, you're wearing sandals. Can you kick off your sandals?
As long as I don't have to look at your feet.
Okay, great. That's good. I can get
But
on
it's
together with this.
It's more of a smell issue sometimes with shoes, so
There was an occasion once where I
I
was.
hate it when people put their feet up on the chair in front of them. It's not okay.
I'm completely on board with this. When Mark and Simon, they do their code and they adjudicate kind of grey areas, the code sounds completely intuitive to me. This is common sense stuff. This is what everyone should be doing in cinemas anyway.
My general rule, and not everybody will like this because it does involve a little bit of derogatory swearing, but my general rule in life, actually, no, I'm changing it because the one in my head is something that's a bit rude, but the one I'm going to go for, the one I always check myself and remind myself to do instead is, it's the Bill and Ted philosophy of being excellent to each other. If you're excellent to each other, then you won't have those issues. If you just actually consider for a minute, well, if I have this catch up with my friend during a film that other people have all paid upwards of £8 to come and see of their hard-earned money, maybe that'll be a wee bit annoying for them, so maybe I won't do it. If you could just all start doing that, that'd be brilliant. I mean, I know you all have to breathe. I find them really heavy breathing, especially if somebody managed to get a whistle in their nose. I find that really a struggle, but that's probably my misophonia rather than I do not want people to stop breathing. I just want to stress that.
We
do
all
not stop breathing.
We all tend to tolerate people laughing because we know it's involuntary, don't we? It's one of the things that makes it possible for you to tolerate people breathing loud.
Yeah, if you can't help it, but it's one of those things where every time I go to this, because when I came to see the post and I came on my own because you were buried in marking, and there was only a couple of seats left in various places, and a person suggested a seat to me because he thought that would be the best seat because it was dead centre of the whole place.
See, the word best.
Then, best, who's it best for?
1,000 different versions of
who's
best.
it best for? And instead of asking me what's best for you and me being able to answer, he just said, look, this is the best seat. Actually,
Right in the middle,
out of what's
about
available.
3/4 of the way back, yeah?
Yeah, in terms of vision, couldn't have been more perfect. But in terms of me being stuck between lots of strangers, the people either side of me were breathing so loudly, I was just, I couldn't help it. I think at one point, there was a person on my left who had a whistle in his nose and I turned around and I couldn't, I was just like, I was almost just pleading for my sanity at this point. I think the woman who'd been sitting to my right, she'd also been breathing really heavily, and I think she may have seen me just in desperation go, you know, something like this, and then she actually became quieter, and then I felt really bad because I feel like I made somebody change their behaviour.
You made someone change the way they breathe.
Yeah.
She probably got brain damage from the amount of oxygen she got.
If she could breathe quietly, then she should breathe quietly.
At the cost of depriving her brain of oxygen.
I don't know that, but she was also drinking really quite stinky cheap red wine, and the smell of that was turning me. I'm somebody who's just had a glass of wine right now, but when it's cheap and you're in that, and I love cheap wine, I'm not saying anything against cheap wine.
That was said like you're anticipating people sending you gifts, and you thought, oh no, I don't want to suggest that the people who are going to send me gifts shouldn't send me wine.
Oh, I love cheap wine.
I get these things that aren't wine. No, please send me wine.
Cheap wine, and especially free wine, have been staples in my time. But red wine, especially when it's cheap, can be a bit nasty. And when you're in a quite closed space with not much air movement, and it's right beside you, it's really sickly. And I don't think I was very well either. I had trundled down after a couple of days of not feeling particularly well, but I just needed to get out and do something and see a film, and you were otherwise occupied. You know. Anyway, we've gone entirely off track.
But it's worthwhile that we note at this point that you do this, in spite of the fact that being in rooms
it can cause me physical pain.
With big smelly humans can be an unpleasant experience.
I mean, hell is other people. That really is what it's like for me. It's awful, and I hate being like that because I am actually a very social creature, and I love the cinema. It's my first and only real true love.
I'm quite aware of this. Don't you worry.
Has been since I was a kid. I love going to cinema. I love the experience of going to cinema. I don't want that to ever be taken away from me. And now that I'm not really earning money, I have to be very careful about what I spend with what money I do have. If I'm handing over nearly £10 to see something, I want utter silence from other people. And I don't know how they have the money to burn to just sit and have a chat and a catch up with their mate during a 2-hour experience that they've paid for.
Let's acknowledge that the percentage of people who do that is really small.
Yeah, but they always seem to gravitate towards me. That's the problem.
They have what we might call it a Blair dar.
I think I've got a magnet. I really do. I've always thought that. No matter where I go, no matter how much I need medically to be alone or to have quiet around me, people gravitate towards me and tell me their life stories, or they do loud things right beside me when there's plenty of space elsewhere.
I think the story about you having recently been told by a guy to pull his shirt up so that you could see the tattoo, that may have...
I felt a bit violated even though I was taking his top up, which was bizarre.
Being told...
But he was very drunk and could edge into aggression at any moment, so I was just doing what this person said and being really friendly because that's my survival instinct, and that's what it's like to be a woman every day.
Luckily you were in public. You were buying Monument during the day.
Yeah, but on a weekend. Even though I was in public and I was on Northumberland Street, I was in actually a little bit of a closed space, and this guy suddenly appeared right beside me and I couldn't really go anywhere because of the position that I was in between a trestle table and one of those fake phone box things. It's basically adverts but has the phone box symbol, so it's allowed to be there. Yes, it's a whole other thing that we need to talk about, because this is something I didn't know know before, but it's another Andrew in my life has explained it to me. You didn't know about the other Andrew in my life?
I suspected.
There are many Andrews throughout my life, but the other current Andrew in my life explained to me about how there's not really so much of a need for phone boxes anymore, and so what used to be phone boxes have been largely taken away, but in their place they've got these sort of boards that have phone box symbols on them, so phone symbols on them. But it's basically on either side there's advertising, and it's usually advertising that moves, or it's digital or something like that. And it's just to have advertising space.
So there's no phone in the phone box?
There's no actual phone, because it's just a thing that holds these boards up. And then on the things that are a bit like phone boxes, they're mostly internet boxes now, to be fair. They're also plastered in similar kinds of advertising, because it's selling of advertising space, because you can't just have adverts that are immobile unless you're going to pay even more stuff. But if it's phone box, it has permission to be there. So that's the strategy for getting around this. So it has a wee phone box sign on it. It's just very similar to the way that a CCTV camera sign is completely legal, even if there's no CCTV cameras in the vicinity. It's a dummy. It's just to put the idea of something in your head. Anyway, we've edged very much into visual culture and society stuff.